government.
And Americans are not basically libertarians. You know, Americans do want effective government. They don't particularly want high taxes, and they don't want intrusive government. But Americans are not going the libertarian route.
Well, but I mean, public opinion polling has shown them move more libertarian over the years. I mean, on sort of specific questions, I think we've seen a trend. No, you don't think so?
No, I don't buy that at all, because all you have to do is start talking specifically about government services. Forget these broad polls. Just ask people about Social Security. Exactly. Just ask people about police and fire departments.
Ask about Medicare.
Just ask people about Medicare. Yeah,
but there's something. Here's the thing. Here's the dispositional aspect of this that I think is appealing. I just moved from a very small company called The Nation magazine, and I moved over here to this large enterprise, right?
Fabulous family.
And you know, there was a bunch of paperwork, bureaucracy. I had to enroll in HR, and I had a problem with my computer, so I called and I got a ticket number, and the whole time I was sort of starting to like brat out about it. I was like, oh, why do I have to jump through all these hoops? And I was feeling this kind of weird sort of libertarian impulse, which was like, why is it so complicated? Why is there all this red tape and bureaucracy? And I want to get I want my things now. It's regulations, right? Well, you know what? It's hard to manage a company of however many employees this company has, hundreds of thousands, right? You can't just have like, oh, you just call up and say, I want this done now. Like, actually, the nature of the things that people rail against is the nature of large, the project of managing large groups of people together. It is inevitable. It's inevitable in large organizations. It's inevitable in government. And there's a part of this sort of psychological resistance we have to it, which I think is just like actually immature. I think it's just an immature.
I mean, go to Somalia. Go to Somalia if you don't want government on your back or regulations of any kind.
Alex? Well, but I mean, look, as Bob pointed out, I think when you talk in specifics, there's this sort of like government needs to be strangled and put in a shoebox, and then that shoebox needs to put it in the trash compactor, and then we're gonna eat that little tiny But then it's like, don't put Social Security in that box. Don't. Medicaid, Medicare, and the Department of Education, maybe we shouldn't dismantle that either. Right. I mean, there's a real, and then you couple that with the times we're in, which is people don't have jobs, and they see money being spent on government programs, quote unquote, that aren't helping them, and so it becomes a sort of natural outlet for rage and anger.
I'm going to get you after this break when we come back. That was not fair, but we're our pre-game show for the Sunday talk shows. Bob Herbert will, of course, be operating the telestrator.